Hi everyone and welcome back to our Star Trek Adventures campaign, the Shackleton Expanse. I am here with the whole crew, not the entire crew of the station, but like the whole crew, the important people. And we're going to do part 2 of the episode that we the story that we were running last session a couple weeks ago. We had a little break last week, but we are all back. Some of us back from visiting castles. Some of us just having a good time watching the crazy ice hockey shenanigans. Let's go around and chat to these lovely human beings and see how they are and what they've been up to. Anita, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I just had my birthday the other day, and so I'm at undisclosed age.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
You're only as old as you feel.
Yeah. Yeah, some days I feel very old.
Yep. Same. Big same. Lovely. And Tom, how are you? Do you feel old?
I always feel old.
Oh.
I really do. I'm feeling old now because I genuinely can't remember where I kept my Star Trek notes. So I'm frantically searching for them right now. So yeah, I'm feeling quite old.
Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
I hope you find them. It's not as if it's an episode where you need to, remember evidence or, things that have happened at all. Keep looking. You'll find them.
I'll keep looking.
Yeah. And fresh from, I was going to say Durham Castle, but that's because it was involved in some political scandal a couple of years ago, and it's one of the only castles up north I know. It wasn't Durham Castle, was it? Where were you, Tim?
I was at Lumley. Excuse me, I was at Lumley, which is just outside of Durham, in Durham County. So we can pretend there's a scandal there. That's fun.
Yeah,
but not during the event. The Indiana Castle was amazing.
It was during lockdown.
Super fun. There'll be one in November.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it was awesome. But I really missed you guys. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, we missed you too. I'm glad you're back this week, even if it is short-lived. And Susie, hello.
Hello.
We were talking about said ice hockey shenanigans before.
Yeah, we love 10 minutes for misconduct for both teams on the ice. Hopefully we won't have 10 minutes misconduct for us today. And if we do, knives will be involved and certain ambassadors will die. Who could say? But also, I hate to trap you like this, Sam, but it's my wedding anniversary, so legally you can't hurt my character
this session.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can't. You've put my characters through enough through the years, Sam. You can't do this to me today.
We're going to mention the level 1 TPK on last Thursday.
Poor Roderick, 360 no scoped by a Kenku.
Whoops. No. It should be all good fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what I was going to say. No, that was it. I probably have told you before already, but genuinely, I think one of the favouriteest pieces I've ever art directed for Star Trek involves Andorians and Klingons playing ice hockey against each other. So, there's definitely deaths involved with, those scrums. I'm not about it. Should host there should be an ice hockey match on the station. I think that's something we should do. Yeah.
I agree.
Lovely. All right. Well, I just come off the back of a very, very busy Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So I hope you took advantage of all the deals, because there were loads of deals. We went in quite hard this year, and it was very, very, very good. Okay. So this is probably where I should have done a last time on Star Trek Adventures, but I haven't. Instead, I think we'll just have to do with the log. So, Susie, this is your one again. Give it a go whenever you like.
Chief Burrell's personal log, stardate 48993.5. With the evidence I need in hand, it's time to petition the High Council to dismiss Ambassador Yang. I'll need to enlist the help of the crew I've come to rely on the most. Oshron, Lieutenant Harvey, and of course, Eka. But this means a trip to Qo'nos, a trip home. I can't wait to see my family again. I just Wish it was under better circumstances. But then again, this could put an end to the feud between our houses if I can convince the High Council that it's damning enough.
And I reckon it's one of those episodes where, like, we start with you and you're in civvies already. It's that, like, you're about to, like, disembark in ops, just kind of maybe doing a little bit of a handover with another couple of the officers working for you. Chief Tien is probably around as well, taking a few pads off your hands. But before you head for the turbo lift, you hear the voice of Admiral Hebert behind you, and she says, "Leaving without saying goodbye?"
And she's probably got one of those big, like, Starfleet duffel bags that they always have.
Like,
you know what I mean?
plastic ones, like the most like useless like duffel bags. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So she turns around, clunks the door probably with it. Sorry, Admiral. I was a bit, anxious to get home.
On your leave.
Yes.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Admiral.
Just gives you a knowing look,
Mm-hmm.
and then she heads off back into her office. What does the like solicitation of help look like for the rest of the crew that you've assembled on this little road trip to Qo'nos?
I think because Burrell and Eka have been working together for a while with the evidence, it's kind of just like this is the next step sort of thing, more than like I need you to blah, 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 blah. It's like, this is it. This is the moment. This is when we nail them.
Yeah.
For Harvey and Oshron, I think at some night, maybe like a week prior to this, like Burrell's called them over to her quarters for like a lunch dinner. And she proposes going to Qo'nos to finally sort this out.
Nice. I think we meet you guys then at one of the docking bay rings, the doors. There's a Klingon transport that you can all take, essentially charter a little bunk on, and then head straight to Qo'nos from here. I think we meet up with Oshron as Tadok is fussing over him a little bit. Fussing for a Vulcan, at least. And very dourly.
Literally, it's like he just flicks 2 pieces of dust off.
Yeah, he's just,
I imagine only Echo would be like...
Yeah, he just brushes once on the shoulder. And he just looks at you and says, "Be careful."
I will. And then I try and do like the most Vulcan response that he knows I'm trying to be logical, even though I start to giggle most of the time, but not when he's around. And I do, "May your week be adequate." And then,
I want you to roll me control. And
as Tim can't even control doing this.
Command.
Rude.
Yeah.
All right. Character sheet. Oh my god. Sorry, everybody.
You're good. Control and command.
Command, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that makes sense, I think. I don't know if there's any focuses that work here.
I don't. Negotiation.
No.
Wow, you made me snort. Oh my god. I found that entertaining. Okay, here we go. Finally, there we go. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Control and command. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Eka, do you have any like reaction to this?
I think Eka is just sort of has like the side eye to Doc, and then upon the "May your week be adequate," I'll just be like, "My goodness, who said romance was dead?"
Also, I got 3 successes there.
Beautiful. So you scored the group a couple of points of momentum there as well, and Tadok, obviously does not smile, but gives you like a
Eyebrow
bit
quirk.
of lingering. Yes, the eyebrow goes up, and he watches you guys board.
I do everything I
Klingon
can
transport.
not to grab Burrell and do the schoolgirl. But I keep it together. That's what that 3 success is.
Yeah. That feeling like that vibe, that atmosphere is completely quelled by the kind of state and the atmosphere on board the transport vessel. It's a Klingon transport ship. There are absolutely no luxuries here. In fact, some of it's kind of messy, even dirty and greasy around the kind of corners of the corridors. I think, along with some other passengers, you're kind of funneled into a passenger area that's a bit like boarding economy. It's not like a tube of just seats, but like you've got a bit of a wider area, but you're effectively just sat in like jump seats. And then there are what Klingons would call beds off to the side, but they are literally slabs just effectively carved into or worked into the metal, with no covers, no mattresses, no quilts, nothing on them, that people have started to like dump stuff onto. There's quite a few Klingons here, a couple still in battle uniform who have probably just come off a shift and are just trying to grab the last transport home quickly this afternoon. Station time.
Want to grab Harvey and be like, "Oh, I got top shelf," and then like nudge our way, like grab and nudge our way towards 2 that are like 109.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Older Klingon woman turns round to both of you, like snarls a bit, bares her teeth, like.
Ashron, what is the diplomatic protocol for when they bare teeth?
Do it back.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I know. I kind of look over and I'm like, I know you can hear me. He doesn't know that, and I'm teaching him. You want him to be rude to you?
She's kind of like, she squares up to you, Harvey, then, and she says, "This is our bunk."
I'm very sorry.
I
didn't...
nudge you.
Ow! Oh,
it's our bunk.
No, it's our bunk. Yes, ours.
All right, Harvey, I want you to roll for me, please. Presence.
Nope.
And command.
Since I have xeno linguistics, xeno relations, can I give him a focus?
Sure.
So I'm kind of coaching him through this?
Instead of your assist, you can give him a focus.
Okay, you're giving me a focus.
I'm gonna oppose this.
Nay, this
is
gonna be
to roll.
Come on, Harvey.
So
You got this,
naturally,
buddy.
Harvey, one of the most
spend a threat.
intimidating
You're so
people
mean.
I don't know.
known to Star Trek kind.
Harvey's gonna get off the transport with a big black eye.
I critted! Well, it's not that good. It's not quite as good as them, but you know.
But threat.
Okay.
She's got a threat.
She succeeded because she scored. We both succeeded, but I scored one more success than you. I'm gonna get that threat back, but she did score a complication.
She did.
What would you guys like?
Is she
that
flirting with me?
complication to be? Okay, sure.
Isn't that how Klingons flirt?
No.
don't-
I'm more than happy to have the old Klingon mother flirt with Harvey if you want that to be the complication.
No, I don't. I was just curious.
It's too late. It's the complication now. How have you bagged himself a Klingon cougar?
I think we're playing it for the
I kinda
lols,
love it.
aren't we?
Yeah.
I kind of love it. Can we adjust it maybe just a little? Like a complication for this kind of thing for her would be like maybe she like reluctantly, like Worf always begrudgingly agrees with something. You know what I mean? Like it's like I win, but you've got my respect. Thing.
I've wrapped all this together. I think she squares up to Harvey again and she says, "If you would like the bunk, you may join me later." And she does like a little like like a bite in the air.
Oh yeah.
Her kids, her like equivalent 7-year-old kids, like jump up to the bunk above.
I leave Harvey just standing there like for a good 5 minutes before I nudge him again. I think I probably pointed out to Eka and Burrell before I moved him.
I think Burrell is doing exactly what Susie is doing and just like back like, what the fuck is this?
I think Burrell has found herself a bunk. She's lying on it right now and dying while she's watching.
I think I'm going to find another bunk. And he's going to try and find another bunk.
Okay. I think you do. Like, you can eventually find a bunk. There tends to be like a rotation going.
Eka just says, first to dock, now this. Something's in the water.
Burrell, she looks around the ship. She says, well, it can leave me alone.
Oh. I think Eka pulls, has a pad and is currently reading something. Not looking for romance?
And she passes her eyes across to everybody else who's on this transport. No here.
I'm insulted. Flip.
Oh, wait. Eka, no, hang on. Listen. Actually, no, do you know what? I'm not going to get myself into deeper waters. And then she just pulls out a little dick tag and she starts sharpening it, just really preoccupied.
I think Eka doesn't even look up from the pad, just smirks.
Okay. Eventually, after many hours, I mean, you probably spend a good kind of day or so on the transport. There are a couple of decks. You're not just confined to some jump seats for like 2 days. It's not like a flight from hell. Like, you manage to walk about the station a little bit. The older Klingon lady still makes eyes at you occasionally, Harvey, but probably eventually gets bored. And then finally, the vessel jumping out of warp into Qo'nos itself. What is your... No, I know your first destination, I think. And initially, it's probably the kind of impatience of it and the urgency with it. You guys are heading down, kind of beaming down to the kind of Klingon High Council, not the chambers themselves, but the like big old place, the big old Great Hall type affair. And so you beam down, and I have this, and you find yourselves, and particularly Oshron, effectively leading this from a kind of ambassadorial point of view, probably, like leading this petition. And so amongst all this brutal architecture, Klingon emblems, Klingon house banners flying amongst these halls, the four of you need to find your way to the office of one of the councillors. A matter such as this wouldn't necessarily warrant the attention of the Chancellor himself, but because this is a ambassador of the Klingon Empire, it is something that you could get his attention of. And so what is your approach about starting the petition? How kind of, well, we can talk generally like about how you want to go about it, and then we can figure out what the actual like literal logistics are.
Yeah, I think we would probably find the most like senior council member who isn't the chancellor immediately, because I don't think we're arrogant enough to rock straight up to Garon and be like, "Yeah, bud, got something for you to look at." So we'll go to the most senior sort of council member we can, and just say, it's a matter about the empire itself. Because we had the ambassadors, the representation of the empire, right? And there's some dishonorable stuff. It's like really calling into question that family's honor stuff. It's a big dealio.
All right, Susie, come on. We're Klingons here, right?
Yeah.
Talking quietly and standing far away is sign of weakness. So
yelling.
bit of groupthink. Like, what is this challenge? What is this petition? What are you saying of Yang to the High Council?
Fucking walk in there, take your thing, slam it in the desk, and say, I demand fucking whatever.
I'm challenging.
I demand satisfaction.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm down with this. The only thing is, do you have authority to do that as a regular citizen, or do you need like ambassador authority? Like, do I need to do it with you next to me? And then pass it to you. Do you know what I mean? Like
the way I've always seen Klingon bureaucracy is that you got to slam daggers in tables and sort of work your way up with tables.
Like that's Harvey talking to. I think.
That is 100% Harvey.
I do think
I would love
not
it.
wrong.
It's not wrong. Yeah.
I think I do it with Oshran because he's the ambassador from the Federation, so he helps lend a bit of legitimacy. It's like, nobles had like their little, when they go to a parley in a battle, they have their dudes with them.
Yeah.
I have my own little dudes, and it's these chumps, unfortunately.
Squad.
Look menacing.
But channeling a little bit of like 40k here, I reckon, because Martok said he would sponsor me, right? I reckon I have like some like Klingon parchment. Not Martok, Kargan.
Yeah.
Not Martok. It's because I just watched DS9 last night.
I mean, I know where Martok is right now, and it's not here.
No, it's not. Kargan said he would sponsor me, so I reckon I have like some like Klingon-esque parchment with Martok's seal on it or whatever. Not Martok, Kargan.
You would absolutely have Kargan's dagger. Like that's the dagger you're gonna probably slam into the table.
With the writ.
Okay, yeah. His house emblem on its hill.
You got his authority with me standing
behind
behind you as the Federation. So you've got like a double down. Like this is like not only do you have the might of the Federation, but you've got the honor of Kargan's family as well.
Okay, guys, what are we saying Yang has done? It's not a trick question, but like I want we're accusing Yang of this.
It would have to follow the dishonor bullshit, right? Like she's dishonored herself and the Klingon Empire in the face of the Federation.
Has been selling secrets to the Orions.
That's a biggie.
Has been threatening to destroy the lineage of your entire family.
She's been using poison, right?
I think the lead.
Me too.
That's a big one.
But yeah. He's like, used poison.
I think the leading one is she's been threatening the honor and the security of the Empire, right? That's the big one to get the big attention, and then we go, but also she's dishonorable as shit.
Though, we're just talking to a clerk, right?
It's a it's a councilman. He is a councillor of the Klingon High Council. Like this is talking to.
Oh, he's on the Klingon High Council. Oh, okay, yeah, great, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that we would mention that how Yang's actions threaten the security of the Klingon Empire, how she's conspiring with Orion pirates to undermine the security of this council, as well as and not least of all, threatening to remove your family, threatening to eliminate your family.
I still think we should
wipe it all off.
Threatening to wipe your noble bloodline from the face of Qo'nos. There you go.
That's what I wanted. Okay. Big roll here, guys. Susie. You're gonna roll
command.
You're gonna roll presence.
Can I assist?
You can all assist.
Oh,
two.
So
could I use my
roll.
focus of intimidation to really hammer up the Klingon factor?
Yeah. If you want to try and intimidate the councilman, yes. Yeah, no, fine. Absolutely fine.
We think that's a good idea, gang.
It's the only way.
Yeah.
It's the Klingon way.
The Klingon way. You're a Klingon.
Yeah. So there are kind of options for presence. I think there are options for daring if you're being like if Harvey's being a little daring, being the kind of a human here.
Yeah.
Reason as well if you're laying out the facts too.
I want to be daring.
So there's various approaches here, but I think primarily this is going to be like command.
Yeah, I'm going to do presence and command. I'd like to use my focus of either Federation law or negotiations or Xeno relations. You can pick which one you'd want.
You can have a focus.
Yeah.
I have no focus here.
I have a focus in persuasion.
Yeah.
And I'd like to
that'll
go
do it.
reason and command as I'm sort of like helping lay out the facts as they're presented.
Nice. All right, let's get rolling.
Are we buying any dice, folks?
Susie,
Let's go.
There's 2 in the
wanna
pool,
buy any
right?
extra dice?
I will buy one
Boom.
extra.
Got one.
Do it,
I'm going to
Varel.
say
I'm
this is
rolling 3.
difficulty 3
Okay.
in
Okay.
total.
Okay.
Well, you got one.
Wait, watch this. Okay, here's mine. Where'd it go?
Come on, Oshron.
Come on, crit.
Come on.
Come
Crit.
crit.
Oh, Shron. Oh,
Did
Shron.
it happen?
Oh,
Wait,
Shron.
what's going on?
Oh.
Really? I
It's
rolled
okay, bud.
I have to roll really high to not be able to pull this off.
Why is it 16?
Same
And
thing.
then
It was
Harvey.
a 16. I needed 15
Hey,
and I rolled a
Harvey's
16.
there with Burrell.
We both
I got
rolled
you.
16s.
I got you.
All right. With that
I am
point,
dumbfounded. I used it up on the lady in the transport. I literally said it to Harvey.
your challenge shall be accepted by hearing by the council. You will hear from us in a matter of days. We will contact you. And he goes to some data pads, taps on what's going on, takes any evidence that you have as well as a kind of copy of that, and goes about the rest of his day. But it
As we
affords...
leave-
Oh yeah, go on.
As we leave, can Harvey attempt a somewhat aggressive goodbye in Klingon that he's been trying to learn on the side?
Yeah.
Because he's in the zone
absolutely.
now. He's been with Oshron and he wants to like say, Oshron, look what I've learned. I'm cultural kind of thing.
Yeah. Before you do, I did genuinely forget that I needed to do this as well. I could do it at some point, but I wanted to do it now. Because I watched an episode of Trek as well recently to do a bit of research for this. And so the counselor turns to you, Burrell, and he says, "Who is your Chadich?"
Oh shit! I forgot about that. I
didn't. Yes.
So your
Who is my
Chadich is effectively your legal second. And they're kind of like your champion. So your Chadich is basically the person who will physically defend you, because legally now, as of this moment, like you get like a stamp and a thing. Like legally right now, you can't be attacked because there is a legal proceeding around you. So now you need a Chadich to basically fight for you if anyone wants to actually fight you.
I can just vision this as Burrell's looking to us three. Harvey's there, his chest out a little bit because he's kind of a bit confident.
It's got to be a player character.
Has to be Harvey.
Which one of these nerds?
I will just say my security is terrible.
Okay.
And so is my fitness, okay?
I don't know. I don't know if it can be Oshron, because I can't honestly try and potentially murder Tim while he's not playing later on.
I'm
that's
pretty
not fair.
sure
No, to be fair,
Eka could kick my ass.
That is like the perfect reason to do it. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I'm like, I come back next game with a big wound. What happened to you, Chadich?
Echo will volunteer to be your Chadich.
Okay.
Just sort of cracks the neck and says, "It's been a while since I've done this."
Oh god. Okay.
Harvey looks a little deflated.
Okay.
That is a wicked response, by the way, Eka. been
That
a
was
while.
sick.
Like,
And I
just
think
that full-on,
Burrell,
like,
she like
shoulder
offers her
roll.
arm
Yeah.
out to you in that sort of like warrior shake.
So there are some Klingon words to speak. For the life of me, I won't pronounce them, and I can't remember them. I could look them up, but would Eka know them? Do you think?
Jonah Eka would.
So yeah, so you speak those words of accepting the Ch'Dich
one of Eka's
ritual.
first lives was a was a merchant on Qo'nos.
Wow, that's so super cool. Awesome. All right.
That's like a double shift gifts, Eka. Double. You double it up.
So Harvey, you attempt this aggressive farewell.
Yeah, like just a
Klingon.
goodbye, kind of like, you know, like farewell, you know, I don't know, good battles.
So
or
you want to
something
like
that.
impress the counselor, I guess, or like
I want
bit
to
like
impress Ostron.
All right. So okay, so I mean, so you do the.
He's trying out his Klingon.
Okay, so you do that. But all right, let's just see how well you do. Presence and.
Oh dear.
Come on.
Please don't say command. Please don't say command.
I mean, it's going to be command or it's going to be con.
I would prefer con, but realistically, it should be command.
Yeah, it should.
All right. This is going to go badly. No, that's fine. Watch. I'll crit. Watch.
I just want to see how well you do.
Yeah, I got one with a complication.
One and a complication. So it's not going to be like a game-changing complication, but like what kind of little personal complication then happens
I like
here?
to think I mispronounce. I get the gist of it, but there's an accent to it because I'm not Klingon and I can't get the accent right, and I'm still learning. And I think it kind of just turns it slightly into maybe something a little bit offensive.
So the counselor, like looks between the two of you in a way to say, kind of like, you should be fighting to the death right now. Why aren't you fighting to the death?
Yeah, it's like a cultural.
I'll just look at the counselor and I'll give him like a thumbs up. He's so new, and then I'll guide Harvey out.
How did I do,
like, I'm gonna look back. I'll just like it's like a full on like time to go.
Okay.
Burrell massages her ridges. It's just.
I get Harvey and I chanting chad each from the back. That's weird. I'm turning this into a Lower Decks episode. I apologize.
But the few days between this and the hearing affords you a little bit of time to actually see some family. Yeah. So I think you beam over to like nearby, or maybe take a shuttle, something like that. Mm-hmm. And so like I was thinking about this a little bit as well. So if they're quite a kind of well-known Targ farming family, a bit of a kind of dynasty, like it's been a bit of a legacy for that family, your family, and they're well known for it. I don't think this is like visiting a little farm in the middle of nowhere. This is like you're going up to what could essentially be like a grand house, not necessarily like a palace, but a nice grand like country house, huge areas of land, like lots of like different areas for grazing and storing and stuff like that. So it's like a whole elaborate, I would say industrial almost kind of area.
Yeah.
But so just like remind me and remind us like who you know in your family, like who is close to you and like who would be around as well.
Yeah, okay. So I think her mum and her dad just live on the farm. That's what they do. It's like their whole lives. They just live there. She has several brothers, but I think they're probably most of them are away. So maybe she has like one that still lives, and helps out with the farm stuff. He's going to take it over when her parents pop off. Maybe I don't know where her other brothers would be though. I don't know. Fighting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are they in the KDF as well?
Yeah, probably. I think a bunch of them did go to the KDF.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple stayed behind to work on the family legacy.
Did you have any names? Who's the brother that's still here? No.
I did not.
Desperately looking up Klingon names.
I know her mother is called Batana, and she's
yeah.
Klingon. Her dad's human.
Patel.
Huh?
Kel. Adele.
They're girl names.
Kel.
Well, you know.
I don't know. Quick list.
Korg.
Korg, did you just say?
And Brock.
Brock. I like Brock.
Brock.
With a Q.
All right, yeah. You walk up to the estate, and you can hear like not screams, but like shouts, kind of like deep Klingon masculine shouts, and it's like down, rah, stop, rah. And as you turn the corner around like an industrial shed, there's like a whole, I guess they're herds. What's like a collective group of pigs normally? Is it? It's not a herd, is it? I can't remember what that is.
30 to 50 feral pigs going in the area.
So there's like 30 to 50 feral targs.
Feral targ.
And Brock is like wrestling the biggest one. And the other targs are kind of like slowly in a kind of whirlpool fashion, like surrounding him.
Yeah, I imagine this like, you know, like a Wild West ranch with like a corral, and he's probably like in the middle of this corral.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna climb up on the fence and just watch. And it looks like he's probably getting mauled to death by this targ. Like it probably to these lot looks really
like.
desperate.
Yeah.
But Burrell's
He's
just
bleeding
really
for
casual.
sure. Like there are injuries.
Yeah. He's probably been gored a couple of times, but Burrell's just casually watching from the fence.
From Google, a group of hogs is called a passel or a team. A group of swine is called a sounder, and a group of boars is called a singular. Depends on what we're talking about here.
Wow. We need to come up with a collective noun for targs, chat. I want a good collective noun. You know, like a tornado or something. It's got to be something quite
An honor of targ.
An honor of targ.
An honor of targ.
That's so much.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Gorgeous. Chef's kiss. So yeah, this honor of targs is circling this Klingon man, standing a bit taller than Burrell, but there is a familiar resemblance, definitely, and half human too. So slightly kind of like reduced ridges, reduced Klingon features, and you can kind of make that as well as you approach him and the field.
Burrell's just yelling out like pretty mild like Klingon swear words at him. You know, like you would like needle a sibling. She's just, you know, she's joking at his form and stuff and calling him soft and weak and squidgy.
It surprises him, so he looks up, suddenly sees you, and then like just gets barreled over and like trampled by this targ. So he's like lying in the dirt. This whirlpool around him just like gets that much smaller, and then kind of like you hear the cut of a dagger, the cry of a targ. Like the squeal of it. They start to part, and then he kind of drags himself, not on the floor, but just on his feet, kind of drags himself across the field. And then finally, like, I mean, it's Star Trek, it's got to be like a force field rather than like a fence, right? But it's got to be like, or maybe your traditional targ farmers, I don't know.
I think maybe we do both. You know, like some have like that invisible electric zapper that gets some animals. We've got that, like an invisible force field, but traditional fence.
Yeah. And so like he snaps something on his makes a few little beeps on his belt, and then as he walks through this like force field, it basically moves kind of around him, like he just walks through it. There's this like tingle to it as he does, but he's safe, and like he's bleeding, he is bruised. Something looks dislocated to like the non-Klingons.
I'll yell back, "Kapla!"
Kapla. I don't know what like, Klingons do when they see family.
I don't know. I think
each
she
other.
goes up to hug him. I think
they've got a bit of that human touch in as kids, right? So yeah, like
yeah.
You get
and
a
when
big
she's hugging
bear
him,
hug.
and then she
Super
pops his
passionate.
shoulder back into place while she's hugging him.
Yeah.
I don't think a hug would be out of realm of like normalcy for a Klingon. So they're really passionate. It's all about the emotion.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They're very
it's passionate.
touch-based.
Yeah, they are. So I think a hug would be right in it, especially for family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he holds you like again. You hold him by the kind of forearms as you kind of part slightly, and he says, "What are you doing here?"
Long story. You busy?
No.
All right.
And
I gotta talk to mom and dad anyway.
He walks you up to the estate, the actual house itself, and it's similar of this like Klingon, like somewhat brutal architecture, but it has that kind of like agricultural feel to it, and quite a traditional feel. Some old materials. There's even some wood and stone here as well as you start to make your way inside. So yeah, your Klingon mother is as she, and again I'm like reading up a little bit, as she is the one who would be in charge of the estate, in charge of the business effectively. She is deep in paperwork in the office, so she's got, and it's like for the other three of you, it's a very familiar sight. There's a lot of little data pads, and she's got them in like a couple of hands, and she's like working through them with the other finger. This is very Burrell. She hasn't seen you yet.
Yeah. And I think as we enter the house, Burrell turns around and she's like, shoes. She makes sure everyone takes their shoes off because dad'll kill you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to just deposit them for a meanwhile in like a little sitting area, probably just like a little sitting room, just while she goes and gets her parents. Tells her brother to get like her friends some drinks or something like that to keep, she's like, be hospitable, please.
I love the idea that we're in a Targ farm on Qo'nos, and shoes is the comment that comes out of your mouth.
Why not Togs? And I think Burrell says that to you. She's Togs live outside. We live inside.
Okay, so before you leave, because Tim has to go. Burrell, I have an idea. So, do you remember our old friend that lives here still? I give her a really good ring. So I got in touch on our way over. I think I may be able to score some favors when you're in the council chambers, but I have to go and do it in person. Eka, have that med kit ready to go when I get back, because I might need at least a wound put together. Hopefully I won't have to reattach an arm again this time, but you never know when you're on Qo'nos. It's always such a, and then I just kind of look at Harvey, keep your arms and legs in the vehicle at all times. Make sure that you work on that accent. And go angry, you're here for it, and I kind of like really like give him a, and then I kind of like, you got this, and then just I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna take off now.
Thank you,
I'm
Tim.
gonna see you again. Thanks, gang.
Burrell, gives you a big hug before you go. Okay.
Okay.
So, deposit the friends in a sitting room. And then she walks up to the office, knocks on the door, the door frame.
Come.
And she just pops in. Hi, Mum.
And she does. She just looks up in a kind of half bewilderment, and then finally stands, and then goes over and gives you a big old Klingon bear hug.
Yeah,
much
probably
like
picks
your
me up
brother
off the
did.
ground a bit.
Yeah, definitely. She probably stands a bit taller than Burrell as well. Being the Klingon side of your heritage. So yeah, she definitely I think picks you up just on your tippy toes a little bit, with her strength, and then kind of pops you down. What do we owe the honor?
And then she sits down on the other side of the desk, gets comfy. I think she shrimps a bit in the chair, crosses her legs.
Burrell bisexual confirmed.
She goes, I wish this was a bit more than a social visit. Do you remember years ago now when I was in the KDF and I had that whole incident where I challenged a superior, we fought and they died? Yeah. That person was of House Yang, and turns out that House Yang has not forgotten that. And then now I'm with Starfleet, right? They sent me up with the officer exchange program. I'm serving on Narendra. Ambassador Yang, head of that family, was stationed on Narendra and has been trying to kill me ever since.
It should have been an honorable event in your career.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here?
I've come to challenge her with the High Council. Because it turns out not only is she trying to kill me, but she's selling secrets to the Orions.
The Britak. I knew there was no honor with the Autarchs.
No. None. She tried to use poison to kill me.
Coward's weapon.
Yeah, I don't think Burrell does a little Klingon. A little bit Klingon comes out.
Yeah. I hope you have allies and backup, and you know what you're doing.
I do. Funnily enough, the Federation has been quite a lot of help. Yeah, the Admiral on my station, she's got my back with regards to the Federation. General Kargan sponsored my petition.
Good. If she has ambassador, the general has gone out of his way to help you. A true ally there. I will worry, of course, but I have to trust you know what you're doing because, well, you are a woman now and in Starfleet too, as well as serving honorably in the fleet. I wish you all the best to restore your honor.
Thanks, Mom. Do you mind if we stay here for a couple of days?
Not at all. And she shouts over to, your dad for, the best blood wine in the house. And there's a barrel gets rolled out into, the living quarters where the rest of you are. And, you're all basically just, a cup is, slammed into either your hand or your, chest. Yeah. And it is empty, but there is a barrel of blood wine sat in the middle of the seating area.
I'm gonna go up to Burrell and whisper, Is there any other drink that Klingons drink other than blood wine? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but I mean, humans, we have so many different types of drinks. I only ever see Klingons drink blood wine. I mean, is there anything else?
And Burrell says, yeah, well, we have tog milk, But that's for babies. And then she like punches him in the arm.
There's also bagol, which is more like a warm drink, Ractigino, which is
Oh yeah, I
like
forgot
coffee.
Ractigino. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you mean you only ever see us drinking blood wine?
I have only ever seen you drink.
There's
blood
also
wine,
warnog,
Granny.
which is that's for special occasions.
When we win, we'll maybe roll some of that out.
Yeah.
But for the meantime, Harvey, if you don't take a cup of this blood wine, you'll be sleeping with the Tarks tonight.
I can drink blood wine.
Okay.
I can.
That's a good lad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like dip his cup in the thing and hand it to him, still dripping. Down the hatch.
He doesn't chug it. He does just do like a little and just sips it. But you know, the man drinks straight gin.
That's true.
He
Harvey
can hold
does.
this alcohol.
Yeah. So you do,
God.
but like you're like obviously supping it and stuff, and so
Yeah.
Burrell's brother comes over, like slaps you on the back, and says, "You drink like a child."
I drink to enjoy.
As
this
do
way I
we.
can. Well, this way I can savor the taste.
Harvey,
And
you
he
drink
looks-
straight gin.
Yeah.
As the bartender in the group looks at you.
I mean, yeah. He's gonna ask, have you ever tried gin? Any of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, about your brother.
Oh.
What is gin?
It's an alcoholic drink.
I understood, but what is it?
I don't know how to explain this.
What is it made from?
I don't know. This is
Juniper
Thomas saying,
berries,
I don't
mostly.
know.
Juniper berry.
Okay, that. A
And,
berry
like,
that is on
botanicals.
Earth. Yeah.
Juniper berries, botanicals, usually like maybe spruce on occasion, but like
No idea.
that sort
Or
of
slow berries for slow gin.
Slow.
It's distilled is the key thing.
It's distilled,
you
though.
there,
It has
Tom,
to be
I think.
distilled.
Yeah.
Can I have a flask of gin on me?
Yes.
I would like to offer him some of my gin.
So he takes he sniffs. He's like, and he takes a sip of the gin, and you see half Klingon. You see him like, you know what people like when they've like taken a shot or like it's a they take some whiskey or something and that, like you can't help yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
like, he does that. He does like.
It has a little bit of a kick, doesn't it?
That is
Well then.
disgusting.
It's an acquired taste. And he takes a little nip and puts it back and then goes for the blood wine again.
Speaking of acquired taste, it's at that point that Burrell's mother serves a load of gach.
Harvey will have some gach.
Oh, look at Harvey. I'm so proud of Harvey.
So Harvey, I'm gonna
He's
bring
not
this out.
sheltered. He's like he was on a freighter. He went. To
I
different,
know, but I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
I have to bring this out because it is one of my silliest little personal achievements. But I wrote a little thing about Klingon food in the Klingon rulebook.
Okay.
Please let me find it. And I wrote about like 3 different types of gach. And
nice.
I want to say which one it is. Oh, please let me find it.
Oh.
So there's one that
It was
actually
her proudest moment.
it is actually my proudest moment. I swear it's like by a bit where they talk about this. Because ship's cook is like one of the key roles you can take as a player character, and there's actually like that can be like a big thing.
That's my next character if Harvey dies. Station's cook.
Klingon station cook.
Klingon station.
I love that idea. I think that's super cool. Is it by the dude?
Loves to experiment.
I'm just holding up the
different types
entire
of
stream
food.
like, I want to find the bit I wrote about.
This is important.
About
We gotta get the Gach right.
We do have to get the Gach right. Maybe it's in the bit about ships. I don't remember. Oh no, I got it. Here we go. Page 182 for those of you at home. Right. 4 types of Gach.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, right. So there's 2 types of Gach that your mother serves. There's Bithul Gach, which serpent worms with the feet kept on the body, served freshly killed, so they do not interfere with their consumption, because you have to freshly kill Gach, otherwise it will kill you. Oh no, not quite. But some Klingons prefer to eat it live for the fighting mouthfeel. Are words that I wrote and are published in a Klingon book about Klingon.
Fighting mouthfeel.
So these are.
My God.
So this is like that Bithul Gach, and it is served live. And I don't think Harvey has ever quite had that on the station yet. So it's like still wriggling, and you're like, hang on a fucking second. But I think the other one that she serves, and this is like going to like an Italian grandmother's house and just eating like the best spaghetti bolognese you have ever had in your life. But it's basically what she serves on like every Tuesday or something. Yeah. But this is Whiston Gach, and it's served more like a cold soup or like a stew, where the worms are plated in a bowl of targ blood. So it's like, and because the targs are like freshly on the estate and like freshly killed, it like works really, really well. And it's just such a like homely Klingon meal, I think. And then I don't know, maybe your dad comes over with some like tortilla chips or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
it's a bread.
Hell yeah,
Gach and tortilla chips. I'm telling you.
Just kind of
I'm telling you now.
Oh,
I think
Harvey's
Burrell breaks
totally
some
in
up
for
in
that.
a soup. You know,
it's
she
just
has-
crunchy.
It's a crunchy.
Oh, you know what? Harvey goes to Burrell. What's the best way to, for your own kind of
listen,
life?
Brock will say you eat them on the side. Don't listen to him. He's an idiot. This is what you do. And she crumples them
Okay.
into the
And
bowl.
he mimics.
Brock's
He
just
mimics.
Like eat it like in it like a dip, but
Yeah.
it's like looking at you like, I have never understood that. I've never understood.
Burrell's
that.
like,
Why?
this is my favorite thing about blended families.
Harvey, do not
There's
listen to
tortilla
her.
chips
You
and
get the
Gach.
crunch.
Um,
You have to the bite down. Eat the Bithulga with it.
okay.
Because you get the crunch of the tortilla chip and the fighting mouth. And he looks at you and he does the kind of Gowron eyes and he's like, they wriggle on the way down.
Oh, okay. I'll give it a go. And he gives it a go and he takes a bite and it's like,
And it's like literally worms wriggling around in your mouth right now.
and he kind of like chews and swallows. He goes, oh yeah, you were right. They wriggle on the way down. Mm. I think I'm going to stick with what your sister said. I think it's a bit more. Thank you, though. And he's going to mimic and just have the normal Gach.
It's
that
the best
isn't
way. I'm
wriggling.
telling you.
With the targ blood as well. You got that.
Nice.
And then she's like, the best bit's when it kind of congeals and you get those little lumps.
Hmm.
And she's like,
Hang on a minute. I that's where I draw the line. I can do worms, I can do the blood, but congealed blood, that's crossing a line. I'm sorry, Burrell.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. That's where I draw the line.
that's all right, Harvey. You're only human.
I am, unfortunately.
No, it is true. Gach must be fresh. Do you think we served congealed blood?
No, I like to let mine. No, as I was telling him, I like to let mine congeal a little bit. I like the squidge.
I thought he was dishonoring us.
Oh, I would never.
I prefer. Personally, I prefer the mesh tagach because it jumps. Occasionally, it'll just jump down your throat.
Make a warrior of you yet.
Yeah, we better. That might be a dish.
Oh, an honor.
Hope it goes better than the last time.
Wait, Eka, you didn't tell me about that.
I mean,
I think
it's
that's
fine. It's just there's a reason why Joni wasn't around for very long.
Okay.
I learned from my mistakes.
They are very good at learning from their mistakes.
With your lives, it seems.
I mean, there's only so many times you can wake up with a dick tug in your chest and
Wow.
then not wake up again. Well, then you wake up in a different body. It's fine.
I unfortunately only have one body, so it's a good job you didn't select me for that.
I was gonna choose Oshron because I know that he can survive being stabbed by a dick tug. I was there last time it happened.
I should be able to survive this time.
Okay, let's protect.
Joni was interesting.
Who's tougher? Joni or Eka? Or
No.
No, sorry, yes.
Inor Eka is tougher than Joni.
It's good
Because
to
Inor
hear.
Eka has about 6 more lifetimes to back it up.
That's good to hear. Right, over the course of the days that you spend here at the estate, is there anything you guys want to go over to make sure you've got your argument properly in your head? We've got the
we should.
Yeah, we should.
We should run over what we
Probably.
a little
have.
bit of planning.
Probably.
What do we
We've
need
got
a
the
plan for?
intercepted communication from before. Give you guys a little show of that between Yang and Ella Rule.
Honestly, Harvey really wants to push the dishonor angle because that really just insults the very core of what it means to be Klingon. And she has done so much dishonor, just so much. Even I don't even think the security of the council is as big a deal as the dishonor.
We can combine the both because she was selling stuff to the Orions to make herself look good, which is the shittiest way to get honor, right? She wasn't earned. She bought her honor through the Orions.
I have a question. Lore-wise, do Klingons and Orions hate each other? I forget if they have a rivalry between each other.
Roll me a check.
Okay.
It's going to be security. So if you guys want to do some research, Harvey doesn't have to lead this, by the way. If any three of you wanted to lead this task, you can do some legal research effectively.
I mean, yeah,
let's do it.
I mean, I can do it, but I will say my security isn't the greatest.
Okay. Well, I've got good security, so I
lead it. I don't mind it.
Also got
I'll
a pretty
assist.
decent security.
I'll assist.
My reason and security on a scale of 1 to 20 is a 14.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
You take the lead on that one.
Okay. Do you have any focuses?
We'll assist.
Okay.
I would say that because I've called on Joni, who was a merchant on Qo'nos, I would have a focus in Klingon customs and culture.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that'll apply. Okay. Let's roll it.
Do you want to assist? Can one of us assist?
You can both assist.
Okay.
Oh, 20?
Reason and security.
A complication, Burrell.
I got a success. I got a 1.
I'm going to add
Success.
I'll buy
to
I'm gonna buy an additional die, mostly just because I want to ask some questions.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to add 2 threat due to that complication and save it for later.
Oh.
That's 2 successes from me, so that's 3 total.
Beautiful. So I'm going to give you 3 more momentum, upping that total to 6. Oh no, so to 5 because you spent the 1 on the die. Ask away. We'll spend some momentum. So the first question was, do the Orions and the Klingons hate each other? If you want to spend a momentum, I have some information.
I think we'll start off with, instead of do they hate each other, I'd say, what is the relationship status between those two cultures?
So it's a tough relationship. I can literally quote from the diplomatic bit from the book. This is what I was looking at in reference to this thingy. They are just here somewhere. Oh, that's weird. What is that? They've got some diplomatic thingies with the Empire. It's not a great relationship. It's a difficult one, obviously. The Orions, for a lot of Klingons, and particularly for the Council over the years, have been seen as a thorn in the side of the Empire. The Orions' formal government has made an official claim of neutrality and exercises great care to avoid any perception that it takes any sides in an interstellar dispute. Meanwhile, like most polities around the Orions, pirate vessels scour their borders and search for any kind of vulnerable targets. Most importantly, members of the Klingon Defense Force are forbidden from participating in such activities. Make of that what you will.
Has she partaken in piracy?
Not to you, not to the evidence, not to the
No.
evidence that you guys have discovered, for sure. I think through the intercepted communication, you guys have effectively uncovered that she's dealing and helping Ellerall deal in those narcotics. Because of the relationship she describes, and because how she was gonna string up Dr. Taliaferro.
Are those narcotics also illegal on Qo'nos? That'll be my second question.
That's a good question. That is. Or in the Klingon Empire? Do you want to do the whole Klingon Empire? Or
we'll say in the Klingon Empire, is Therogen an illicit substance as well?
So I'm gonna say that Therogen itself, in its pure form, is
because it's a bioweapon.
It's a bioweapon. It's a chemical weapon that the Klingons have used in the past. But I think for taste, for my game here and now in this present, I think it's been outlawed now.
Okay, that's a good thing.
So I think that the recreational use of it, or combining it with ethanol and all that kind of stuff that's actually going on in the station, I think that's also illegal, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had 3 momentum from that. Do we want to just bank it, or is there another question that we want to ask friends?
Oh, just thinking.
I guess.
Her if whether or not she's had any activity recently on Qo'nos, even communicated with anyone, maybe, or maybe a counselor that is more sympathetic towards that family, so we know what to look out for, maybe.
I don't know if we can ask that question specifically, because the initial role was specifically relating to Orion Klingon relations.
Oh yeah,
correct?
yeah.
It can be broadly about Klingon law, And that can relate to how Orions are viewed within the legal system for Klingons. Yeah.
Okay. The question that I was thinking of posing, like the last one that I was thinking of posing, is given the evidence that we have stacked against Yang, is there anything that we might have missed that that could additionally be used to put a nail in another nail in the coffin? But it's kind of broad. Or is there does she have a way out of this if there's a how airtight is our case?
It's like a tiny bit leaky, I would say. The evidence, like the message interception as the kind of main point of evidence. Tim jumped off, so let's change the little cameras around for a second. Sorry, folks. I'll talk and try and do this.
Please hold the line.
Please hold on.
Your call is very important to us.
Yes.
I'm
actually going to do. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
All right. We're going to be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Right, here you go. Yeah, you're all in the right place again. Cool.
We're all in the right place. Cool.
Hey.
Yeah, so I was saying that it's like a little bit leaky, and I think the thing that she probably has just as a little bit of an advantage in this case is the kind of authority and just the generally to kind of go about her business as an ambassador. It's like she's trying to if she can prove in a way that everything she's doing is for the honor and the kind of expansion and the stability of the empire, that's probably the defense angle.
Okay.
But yeah, the fact that it was a cowardly act to try and poison Burrell, and like you literally just mentioned as I was doing the cameras, the fact that it was like coded for her bloodline, coded for her genetics,
not just for Burrell.
Yeah. Not only that as well, but working with Orions to develop that, which means the Orions now have the ability to make a weapon that could target specific Klingon bloodlines if they got hold of like a DNA sample. They could go for Gowron's family, get rid of Gowron, go for, whoever's next, get rid of them.
That's pretty damning. And so that can threaten the security of the Empire. But I think like the way that I kind of understood it from like the episode I watched where Worf gets discommended, or however you actually say that, and kind of Klingons that I've seen over the years in general. Like I think it's a bit more about the kind of like argument that you can make. It's not as kind of clean and cut and dry as say other legal systems. Yeah, maybe human legal systems. Yeah.
It's more. There's a lot more emotion at stake, I think, with Klingon justice.
Yeah.
And like because Klingons are very passionate people.
I can imagine.
So you could appeal to the emotions of the court, then.
Yeah, and I can imagine that honor as like a tradition and as a concept, it's like intentionally kept a little bit vaguer, so that it can be kind of like used, like it can be enforced. And you know, because there's a cultural identity there for the Klingons behind it. It's not just a kind of like legal framework or something like that. So, yeah, I think it very much is going to be, you know, what's going to be key is kind of how you put those arguments across. So if you can appeal to the wider ramifications of what she's done, that's probably going to be the best approach to kind of help your case, that kind of thing.
If all else fails, I'll just challenge her to a fight.
I was going to ask whether or not, like, if they still don't do it, are you going to just challenge her to a fight and try and kill her?
I'll just stab her. I watched Gowron get murdered last night by Worf. I'll do it again. I'll do it to her.
And you guys know me. Anita's probably seen this in action. We're about to do an intrigue, friends.
Oh, no!
So, like, trial by combat is also absolutely on the table.
Jonathan Fry, I need you.
Yeah.
Don Colin.
Where are you, Don?
And so you receive word that because of the nature of this challenge that you've issued, Ambassador Yang, because of her rank, because of her privileges, and because I just absolutely had to get his stats into the game, Chancellor Gowron is absolutely going to be overseeing this trial. So, you know, for slightly lesser matters with like minor houses, such as yours and stuff like that, then maybe a councillor would oversee these proceedings. But this is going to be overseen by the Chancellor. The Chancellor has full caveat to adjudicate this however he sees fit. So it's Chancellor Gowron who you have to convince with the eyes. And so you head over to the council chambers.
Do we get to wear cool, like, ceremonial clothes? Because we're going before the Chancellor. We've got to get decked out.
Yeah. Do you want anything in particular? Give us a little description. What's the drip?
I think it's like elevated battle dress. You know, like it's kind of like, you know, when like medieval lords and shit had armor commissioned and it was like really fancy not to be worn on the field. Yeah. That's what this is like. And I think she's got like a little sash or something that was her mum's. Like it's the traditional, it's handed down, you know? It's like the emblem of their house.
Yeah. 100%.
Like
and then we maybe find something. Yeah, like a baldric, yeah.
So, like, when Worf did his thing, the website I watched, he wore that, you know, that like captains tend to wear, or like the chancellors tend to wear. It's like the cloak with the shoulder, the sleeves cut. So maybe you've got like something of that going on. You've got the sash going on, bandolier type thing.
The traditional Klingon boob window.
Yes. Oh, battle dress.
Yeah, like a literal, actual battle dress.
Yeah.
Gotta have that boob window.
A little boob.
It's important.
You're gonna dare your enemy to stab you in the tit. They're not gonna
right
do
here,
it.
right in the heart. Come on.
Do it. Okay.
Men don't have that to dare them to stab in the heart because they're cowards.
Yeah.
Klingon men are weak as shit. Like,
The councillors shuffle in. The council chambers are brought to order. And Chancellor Gowron takes his seat in the central seat. You hear transporter patterns behind you. Quite a few transporter patterns. And you're probably stood by the dais because you're the one doing this like accusation stuff, if I'm thinking of framing it like that episode with Worf. And so Ambassador Yang, in like her like full matriarchal like ambiance, steps confidently forward and then stands in that spotlight in the central council chamber. we're going to steal a bit from the movies here now. And so I think Eka and Harvey have like little listening pieces as they're like listening to the translation from the Klingon. And so Gowron speaks. Yang of House Ortag. I do have her. Daughter of Gokmok. You have been accused of crimes against the Empire. Accused of the dealing of controlled substances, of dishonor. And he cites the kind of right and proper succession of command in reference to your incident on that Klingon ship. You will stand tried today, as many warriors have been tried before. Burrell. I want your full title. Hang on.
Just ignore her. Hang on.
I was looking at it.
House Tren.
Burrell of House Tren, daughter of Betana, daughter of Kalin, daughter of Bekren. State your opening arguments.
Hold on 1 second. My Roll20 just crashed.
No!
Borel.exe has crashed.
Windows
just
disconnect
blanks for a
sound.
second. Oh god.
She glimpsed into the eyes of Gowron and that was it.
Blue screen.
Gone.
Okay, she steps forward and she confidently sort of raises one hand like she's in the Roman Senate, you know what I mean? She's like in there, she's got her head up. She says, Councillor Gowron, honored members of the council, I bring you here today to challenge Ambassador Yang, as she has dishonored not only herself, but her house and the Klingon Empire. She has, through dealings with the Orions, put the honor and the security of our empire at stake, as well as the lives of every single one of us. And she does eye contact with all of her. And not only that, of myself and my house, an affront to my honor that I cannot allow to stand. That's my opening remarks. And she's just like, yeah, she's like just confident. That's the vibe, just power. And she's yelling it, you know.
Yeah. And Chancellor Gowron invites Ambassador Yang. And what is your response? Ambassador Yang's like squarely at you, Burrell. And she says, every act that I have initiated and seen through for the Empire in the Shackleton Expanse has been for the benefit of all Klingons, as I am confident the evidence will show. And she looks over at Burrell again. She says, do not let a grudge blind you. And then she takes one little look at the Chancellor again as she centers that. This is going to be an opposed test. I think this is going to be... so you do have... oh no, so this is going to be persuasion. So this is going to be presence.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, you got options. So you could do like control if you're trying to be quite clear about what you're doing. daring if you're kind of like that boldness, that forwardness that you were trying to put forward. Maybe that's daring. Presence is also a good one for that too. Potentially reason as well.
I think I want to go presence. She's through sheer force of like personality. She's trying to make herself appear like twice as big as she is. You know, like she's trying to just fill the room with her energy.
Yeah. Okay. So Ambassador Yang has an NPC trait, Threatening 4. She enters the scene with 4 threat that she can use only to benefit herself. So for the opening argument, she is going to spend 3 of those threat to... let me just mark that again. Roll 4 dice.
I don't like that.
How many dice would you like to roll, Susie? You've got 3 momentum in the bank.
Do you mind if I bought 2 extra die? Okay.
Go for it. Would
So I'm
our
rolling
research help in any way as an assist?
So this is just like opening arguments. So we're going to come to like the evidence and stuff in one of the next
Sounds
rolls in the challenge. So you want to buy 2 die?
I know how good it is to get in early with an intrigue. You got to get in there early. I've been here before. I did 2 years in the intrigue mines.
All right. So what was that? 4 successes. Okay. So this is I've set all this up right. 5 successes. Difficulty was 2. And so she has succeeded because we've both succeeded, but she's scored 1 more point of momentum than you. So she is going to succeed the opening arguments. The counselors look kind of like, okay, yeah, no, we're willing to hear her out kind of thing. I'm going to add that point of threat for me as well. So there's probably more of this, like there's more of the opening argument, there's more substance to it. You're laying out your evidence, you're laying out your argument. She's defending herself very well, and she's quite persuasive with the counsellors. There is a moment before Gowron then says, "And now we will hear the Mekba. Proceed." And so, Burrell, you've got your chance to present your evidence. So in terms of the rules kind of thing, in terms of maybe like focuses or something like that, the only approach that you can take is evidence. You and effectively like persuasion. You can't use like intimidation. You could use deception, but you don't have any like faked evidence, so there's no point to that.
It's all.
But it's it's very much just presenting evidence. Your Chadich can also present evidence, but only other people that you call. So Harvey, for example, can be called on as witnesses. And you do have that little cheeky Brucey bonus from Tim up your sleeve.
I don't know what that cheeky little Brucey bonus is.
I don't know what the substance of it is either, but it's going to give you a big boost in terms of like some successes later if you ever need it.
Okay.
It's like he's spending some determination, basically.
Gotcha.
I'll let you spend an Oshron determination. Basically.
It's a little pocket Oshron.
Little pocket, yeah.
Oh, you would love it here. Ugh, the drama of it all. You'd be there with his popcorn.
Yeah. So and you know, in terms of presenting, role-playing the evidence out, you know, feel free for the 2 of you to speak, but also to like invite Harvey in like as a witness to speak about what she's done.
Okay, only if he stops promising to be if he promises to stop being a Klingon Abu for 5 seconds.
Can I cross-examine Harvey? I have an idea.
Ooh, I
Hell
love
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because Harvey, correct me if I'm wrong, you were in the meeting room when the dagger was offered. Were you not?
Was I?
That was like episode 1.
I think so.
Oh my goodness, that was a long time ago.
It
Maybe.
really was.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take your word for it and say yes, I was.
I think it might have been Ashron.
I
Might have been
don't
Ashran.
remember it. I really
It was
don't remember
Ashran
it.
because
Yeah.
he got himself stabbed in the chest.
I mean, I can always cross-examine Burrell, and
Yeah.
I mean,
just
could
do
we
the-
not, as odd as this might sound, can we not just say we got Oshron to,
I can
We-
always just do.
yeah.
We can always.
and essentially what Eka was trying to portray is actually portrayed as evidence, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I would speak to the creation of the toxin from a rare raisin herb, and I would say, were you present in the room when the dagger was presented to Burrell for the bloodletting?
Yes.
Were you aware that the dagger was coated in a toxin?
No.
And then I think I'm going to present the evidence that this toxin is quite lethal, specifically to members of House Tren. Genetically coded, in fact. And if this toxin can be coded for a single bloodline, who's to say that it can't be manufactured to affect others? Perhaps even more Klingons. Perhaps every Klingon. Is a petty squabble, I would turn to Yang, worth endangering the lives of the entire Klingon Empire? You gave this information to the Orions. Who's to say they can't weaponize it against you?
You speak
that's-
as if you know our honor and our customs.
I do, and I know that poison is a coward's weapon.
The other thing that you can do is you can link effectively what happened there and like the modification of that herb to Jagadish,
Yes, who works
who
for
then
Ellerul,
works for
who works-
Ellerul, who works with Yang.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the
red line.
corkboard.
Yeah.
The whole timeline laid out.
Yeah.
So yes, that's gonna be my argument, and the sequence of events that I'll lay out as evidence.
Yeah. And I imagine as well the playing of the intercepted transmission
Correct.
as well.
Oh, we like hit the little remote. There's that little smug like
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
words.
And the key points from here, I'm not going to deliver my Oscar-worthy speech again. Ellerul saying that she delivered coordinates to like locations, and that it would help Ambassador Yang to victory. Yang admitting that Ellerul's keeping is feeding her the navigational and gravimetric data for the Expanse, and that she'll deliver. I mean, soon that soon she'll have the entire expanse in the grip of her narcotics. Speaking about Elarul, and admitting that her warriors do appreciate the added trade they can exploit on the station,
which I'm sure the Empire is seeing the fruits of.
I would love to have her explain how the Empire is benefiting from.
I think
the
Burrell
sale
would
of illicit narcotics.
I think Burrell would add in a point that House Ortog warriors on the station are a laughingstock because they are clumsy. They are not good fighters. They are too busy peddling Theragen to be of any use, of any honor. So just as a little dig, she puts in there that House Ortog is.
Could I enter into evidence the fact that I took one of their warriors out?
Yeah. Because we're talking about a Klingon chamber.
Yeah. If we're talking about the efficacy of their warriors, I managed to stop one of them.
There were 3 in that bar last night, and not one of them laid a finger on you.
All right. So, Eka, you lead this task. Burrell, you assist.
Gosh.
So this is going to be control or reason with a base difficulty of 5, and you can convince me of a discipline.
I also have a talent that I don't use very often. Would you say that I'm being intimidated or threatened?
No.
Not actively.
Not
all right,
actively
fine.
right
I can't
now.
use Dauntless for that extra D20 yet, but soon, I'm sure it'll come up. Okay, so I'm gonna use by focus in persuasion, and did our determination refresh from last session, or is it staying?
No, it is staying.
Okay.
Same adventure.
Then I would like to.
But you can.
buy...
So you could use that. You could use Oshron's determination. I think here effectively as your
Okay.
Because I think you were kind of asking him you were in the room.
I was doing that
Did
line
you
of
see
questioning.
Yeah, you were cross-examining him, so he was like a witness to that.
Okay. Would I be able to buy an additional die with threat, please? Thank you.
11 and 15 threat chance.
It's gonna be great when I punch Yang and then have to fight her, and Sam's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna spend all my momentum. He died now."
All right.
Can you get 2 in 1 week?
Can we get 2 in 1 week?
That's only 3 successes from me.
Success from me, so 4 total. Oh, but we used Oshron's determination, right?
Yes. So it's 1 success from me, 1 success from you, so that's 4 total. And then 2 from Oshron,
Okay.
if it was the determination.
Okay. So yeah, with that. So I think it was base difficulty 5, but evidence in terms of the rules for social conflict do effectively act as traits which reduce the difficulty for you. So I think the recording absolutely is one solid piece of evidence that is these are her words, she's literally speaking to them, you can verify this stuff.
One of the other pieces of evidence that we had was the pad that Jagadish had provided to me with the thumbprint from Ambassador Yang.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So those 2 pieces of evidence bring that difficulty down to a 3. So you have succeeded. Gowron, you can see, is nodding. A lot of active listening from Gowron. And as he's kind of his eyes widen as he regards evidence, and as you're kind of revealing these things to him. And then it comes to Yang's turn to present her evidence. Her argument basically revolves around the fact that, again, everything I have done to further the Empire's success. And it's long-lived. Its ability to live long in the stars. You have only to see the gains that we have made and the expansion that we have led in the Expanse. You know, she pulls up like a star chart, and you'll know about this a little bit, particularly Burrell and Harvey, kind of from Starfleet briefings, and even Eka, you'll hear hints of this. But what surprises you is just the kind of sheer like velocity that the Klingons have managed to take over systems, gain ground. They've even conquered a couple of small spacefaring civilizations that are like, you know, a couple of systems big or something like that. It's like the equivalent of like the Bajorans or something, right? Like, and just the sheer amount that she presents is actually a surprise to you. You didn't think the Klingons had actually got this far into the Expanse. She looks incredibly, like, proud of herself.
And I think that Eka at least will counter, what good is this expansion if you find yourselves in the pockets of your enemies?
The Orions pose us no threats. Elarul is as much a fool as she is pretending to be a shrewd businesswoman and pirate captain. I have kept her at arm's length for everything I have done. And then she presents various like transactions and stuff. She even asks to play back your intercepted transmission audio, and she explains how every insult is meant with my hearts. And so, I have been doing my ambassadorial duty. I have been fulfilling my honor for this council and for you, Chancellor. And I would like to ask one thing. Chief Burrell, was the Klingon officer you killed aboard your vessel your direct superior?
Yes. No, I can't remember. No, it wasn't. No.
She does the Klingon Defense Force a dishonor in her actions. Every warrior, every beck, up to captains, colonels, and generals know that in order to effect change, they must challenge their direct superior. By not doing that, Burrell dishonorably acted that day and started this rivalry with our house. She did House Ortag a dishonor that day. And so I am only fulfilling my right for vengeance. And I'm gonna spend 6 threat to do a big thingy. So there's all of 5 dice. She is doing. This was control or reason, so we're going to go control. We're going to go command as well. And she's playing the politics a little bit, I think, so we've got that focus. Okay.
Oh my god.
5 successes against her difficulty of 4 because of her ambassadorial rank. So she succeeds, and I gain a point of threat. It's more or less a dead heat. She is. You are 1 for 2 at the moment. And this is the final opposed test. Gowron asks you for your closing remarks before he considers his judgment.
I'm having a crisis. Okay.
Okay.
There is a short recess before closing arguments.
I can assist you with presence, and all I have to do is give Samantha 2 threat, and I can give you 2 successes.
Ooh.
Voice of authority as a talent.
Okay. I think Burrell would say to Eka, I think we're losing that room.
We need to play to their emotions.
Yeah. I think if we don't have anything solid, I'm going to have to challenge her.
Oh, if that's the case, then that's the case. Here's the thing, is she started it isn't a defense for murdering an entire bloodline.
No.
Tell me about what happened that day.
I was no one really on the ship. And that particular officer issued some orders that I disagreed with. I thought that if we carried them out, then the entire ship and crew would be lost. Ordinarily, I would have just done what I was told. That's part of your training. You know, you sit up, you shut down. No, you shut up, you sit down. You do what you're told. But I didn't want to die that day. I didn't want my friends to die that day. So I stood up and I challenged him. He didn't react well to that challenge. Drew his dick tug and we fought. I killed him. I mean, if anything, he dishonored his family by dying to me. I'm no one of rank.
Still honorable combat.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly how things work. But I didn't think I had enough time to challenge the person above me, to then challenge the person above that. You know, like I didn't need to have time to work my way up the ranks in this particular situation. Did what I thought was best, and we didn't die. Well, one person did, but
you saved the entire crew as a result.
Yeah. But sometimes that's not good enough.
I think it might be for us. I might... It's too late to enter in late evidence. But it's not too late to appeal to their emotions.
Mm-hmm. I would mention something like she says she's doing this for the honor of the Empire, right?
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I think it's personal honor. That's what she wants. But can it really be honor if you've traded it away? She hasn't fought for anything. She hasn't won anything. She bought it. She's a Ferengi. She's worse than a Ferengi.
Oh.
We can use that.
Oh. I mean, what's the point of expansion if it's dishonorable?
That's right.
Kalis didn't buy his way. He fought. He spilled blood.
All right. That's our angle.
Let's throw up.
You ready to say that to the council? Because I can assist.
We're good.
I wish I could help Burrell, but I'm a little out of my league here.
Burrell gives Harvey a hug. You've been here is help enough, Harv.
Okay, I will see if I can find some automated turrets and have.
She laughs and slaps you really hard on the back. All right, just okay.
How's
You
Trey?
good?
Your closing remarks.
Burrell stands forward, takes a deep breath. She looks Yang straight in the eye. You claim you've done this for the honor of the Empire. To that I call you a takek, a liar. This is all about your own personal honor. But is it really honor if you've bought your way to the expansion? You haven't fought. You haven't spilled blood. You're no more than a Ferengi. And she spits that word across the court. I did on that day what I had to do to save the life of myself and my crew. And I did. Your house member would have led us all to destruction and for the mission to fail. He dishonored himself by dying to a lowly no one such as myself. Oh, I forgot what else. I fucking blanked. What else were we going to talk about? This is not in character. This is Susie fucking no brain.
Ambassador Yang, in her own words, has been conspiring with the Orions, treating with them, even at arm's length. Is it opening the Empire to risk, to vulnerability? Can it be said that she is behaving honorably? That's up to the members of the council.
And Burrell will step forward for... Oh, sorry, you done? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in.
Go, go, go.
Okay, Burrell will step in,
I'm just helping
and
you
she
vamp.
basically, she walks right up to Ambassador Yang, and she puffs herself up a little bit because, she's probably shorter than Yang, being a Klingon woman. If you want to see your honor for the day that your family member died, I'm here. Let us fight. But I will not risk the Empire for your petty vengeance.
Hey, Susie. Hey.
Yeah.
Apparently all you have to do is backhand her, and that's a fight to the death.
I'm gonna. Should I do it? Should I do it, gang?
Go with your gut. Go with what you were. You can always go back and push that button.
Follow your
You can
art heart.
always push that button later. You can always give a good backhand.
My heart is always punch now, ask questions later.
Is
But
Burrell's heart
is this a character growth moment?
Or is this a
let's have
Susie
look.
moment?
Let's have a look.
Okay.
Wow, let's have a look at the values. Let's have a look at the values.
Let's have a look at the values.
Violence
They're
is
all
not always the answer.
Oh no!
I had character growth.
You changed that value.
Yeah.
You portrayed by your own character.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, she wouldn't do it right now as well, because one of her other values is the path forward is paved with the bones of the fallen. So we wouldn't be here today in the position we are if that person hadn't died. So that's a worthy death. Okay.
Sounds like a compulsion for me to not do that. So if you want a point of determination, that's technically what this is written.
She's gonna challenge.
So
Like she's gonna
not
give
gonna-
her the she's gonna give her the chirp, but she's not going
She's
for
not
the
gonna
the
go for it. Yeah.
In hockey terms, she hasn't thrown off the gloves, but she's
Right.
chirping.
Yeah.
Harvey walks up and backhands her. No, I'm joking.
That would be amazing.
You'll die.
Harvey
You
just-
100% dies.
Harvey's now a smear on the council room floor. Okay.
Yeah.
You can
So
see.
yeah, I've said if you want to fight me, then fight me, bitch.
Yeah,
but I've not.
yeah, absolutely. And you can see like you're getting underneath Yang's skin. Absolutely, she is like she's so stoic and composed, but like there's just something about her energy. She is crawling underneath that. She is squirming, ready to be let out. But
Keep poking.
Yeah. She looks at the councilman before her. And she says, I have used every opportunity afforded for my station to better the Empire and its borders. A bird of prey strikes fast, and so I have done so, as Kalis would have. I am feared in the Expanse, and fear is power.
I laugh.
Do not take one so young and their opinion as the only one that matters in this matter. Take the lives of the Klingon warriors that have fought the peoples of the Expanse and conquered them. As I have said before, do not let a grudge blind you to what we have accomplished in the Expanse. The Orions are but one more victim. I urge you, counselors, not to be blinded by this grudge, nor to be blinded by this solicitation for honor. There is more to this than simply fighting without tactics, fighting without strategy. We are better than that. We are Klingon. This is your final task roll. A pose test. I'm going to be upfront about this. I listed about 3 of her values during that speech, so I'm going to spend 3 threat to spend a point of determination for her. I've still got 1 of her personal ones in the bag, I think, so that drops me down to 8 threat. So I need to update the overlay very, very quickly while we do this, because you still do have 1 point of momentum in the pool. And actually, I've gone down to 8 there. So that's 1 extra die with 2 successes. And I am going to add another 2, which is actually going to be 2 and 3, so it's going to be 5 more threat. So this is the biggie. So I'm going to go down to 3 threat. Come on, Susie, I never spend it. I never spend it.
Why now?
Because it's like she's a big bad, right?
She is a big bad.
It's like she's your personal big bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about that. Can you reveal now that you're a faceless man for me, please? Please. It worked last time.
I had an idea for Harvey to do, but it's not a real big one.
What?
Well, when she said we are Klingon, he was gonna kind of go, well, are you? I mean, who else here can say they've worked with Orion so closely? Who else here which other Klingon here could say they have attempted to poison a fellow Klingon instead of honorable combat?
He's weakening their warriors with Therigen.
I mean, if any Klingon here has done either of those things, stand and say their name.
Half the council stands up.
Yeah, if they all do up, they go, oh, forget it then, never mind.
No, I love the idea that Harvey gives this speech and
Just
he's
like
been
little-
like on the periphery a little bit of the proceedings, and then just like everybody in the council chamber slowly turns to just look at him. Like,
And he
Little
goes-
human.
I mean, and he looks at her, and the only non-Klingon in here I can see is myself, Eka, and you. And
you might get that backhand.
I
want to
use
careful.
my determination that I still got,
Okay.
using the value. I don't fucking know. They don't teach this in the academy.
They don't. They don't.
They
Tom.
don't at all.
They don't.
They don't.
To kind of.
You can assist. I'll let you assist. Yeah.
Can I
Tommy's
use
been
my
quiet through this.
determination, like 2 successes into it? Is that allowed?
I will let you spend your determination on your assist die to have said it has rolled 2 successes.
Boom. Done.
Okay. I'm gonna make her roll, so you've got your difficulty to work
Okay.
towards. Okay.
I don't wanna look at this. It's
I've
gonna be
got
disgusting.
2 successes in addition to this, and it's a complication.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's only 6.
With 6 successes. For that complication, I don't quite know the narrative of it, but I'm basically going to suggest that your difficulty has been lowered to. So hang on a second. So the base difficulty for this was going to be 4, reduced for successful mech bars, and any traits added during that. So your 2 evidential traits have been added to that, and she had a successful mech bar session as well, so the base difficulty would be 3. So she's basically scored 3 momentum, because we count the momentum out the end of it at the opposed check. So your base difficulty is going down to a 2 because of your evidence, and because of the complication, I think a 1.
Okay.
So you're actually in a good place for it.
We're in a
You're
good position.
Chance. Yeah. I
So-
think she, there's been there's been a lot of conjecture from her, and the council, she's losing the room a little bit.
There's not much to exonerate her, I think, is also the point.
So Harvey's 2 successes.
Yeah.
Shadiq, you can assist.
I would like to use Voice of Authority, which is a talent I have. The tone of your voice and clarity of your words conveys that you are in control and that you are someone who should be listened to. When you assist someone and use your presence to do so, I'm going to give you 2 threat, and my assistance die will have rolled a 1 instead of actually rolling it.
Well, you have, providing you can roll 1 success, you've got 4 more to back you up.
Susie.
Okay.
Susie.
Yeah.
Susie. Don't fuck this up.
I'm gonna.
You got a point of momentum.
Yeah, so I would like to use that momentum to buy a die, so I'm rolling 3.
Okay.
Use one of my determinations to give me a little 2. Okay.
Which
I don't mean to be thing, but who used their determination last session because it was a carry-on?
I did.
I did not. And I just got
Okay.
given 1.
you
Okay,
did
cool.
get given 1 because I compelled you not to slap her across the face.
Yeah, and I didn't. Character growth personally. I can do it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
punch him.
Well done, Susie.
It's beautiful.
All right. Well, here we go. Plus the 2, so that's 4 from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
8.
8.
8 successes, difficulty 1, 7 momentum versus her, what did I say, 3 momentum? You've banked yourself 5 momentum. And
Yeah.
you have succeeded.
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Sniper disruptor blast. I'm dead.
No. Where'd Gowron go? Where'd you go, buddy? There we are.
Come on, Gavron.
Come on, Garen.
Where's those eyes?
Yeah. He finally returns after a short recess. It's probably like the slam of the it was Undiscovered Country, wasn't it? It was like the slam of the orb and like the sparks. It's like I have reached my decision. Ambassador Yang of House Ortog. While honor is fine and glory is supreme, you do us and your station and your duty a dishonor. You will be stripped of your rank. You will return to Qo'nos. All of your authority assets will be stripped from your house. And you will live a quiet life. Oppose me, and you will be a traitor of this empire. We can uphold Klingon tradition without being a slave to it. Chief Burrell of House Tren, you did your ship and the Defense Force an honor the day that you challenged that officer. And I commend your actions. But if you are brought before me again for such an act, it will be your discommendation.
She nods quite solemnly.
Leave this place and return to your duty. And he turns to Yang and he says, leave this place.
Are they going to do the thing?
No, she hasn't been
No, she's not.
discommended.
No,
She
if
has been
only.
discommended.
If only.
We wish.
I think, does she get like silent stares as she kind of walks out? They haven't turned. Just...
Yeah, she is for sure like stood. She's looking up a little bit. She's not looking at anyone. And she is like statue still. And she's just like holding on. Like old battle axe, kind of like she's just doing her best to just hold on. And after a moment, she looks down and she turns, like literally like 180, with her back to the counselors. And, bruh, if you're stood to the side, she just looks over at you for just a second, locks eyes, and then she walks off, followed by that entourage. But she is no longer an ambassador. And she will not be returning to Narendra Station. Congratulations.
Rip Bozo.
That went well. That went well.
That did go well.
Get wrecked.
Like the Klingon way. Only
Get
to
wrecked,
come.
Batak.
Yeah. Only to come back for vengeance at some point.
Oh, yeah.
In the
No,
future,
God, yeah.
right?
100%.
Yeah.
You gotta have
I'll
that
stab her
dangle
again.
in there, you know.
You'll fight her then, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But that is how deep the rabbit hole goes. A little two-parter. So yeah, thanks, chums. That was super fun. Always like doing the silly role play Klingon thing. It's always super cool and super fun.
A plus Gowron impersonation.
Very good,
Thanks.
Gowron.
I actually didn't look up Gowron like before we did this. I'd watched that episode with Worf and he's like not in it at all, and I'm like, how did he? He didn't quite speak. It's like quite deep and stuff. He was more like yeah. But yeah, we gave it a go. It was good fun. Thank you.
I was perceived by him, which
yeah.
is good and bad.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, love it. Thank you very much. If you're still with us, I don't know if we're still doing the competition. We might be. We'll see.
I think a winner was drawn earlier.
Yes, looks like Babcom.
Nice. Well
one
done,
copy.
you. Well done. You get a copy of the compendium, the little module on Roll20 that we're using to play. So congratulations. Okay. Let's go around and chat with people and let us know what you're up to as well, if you're up to any kind of streaming or anything like that. So yeah, Anita.
Hello, everybody. My name's Anita, otherwise known as Panita on the internet. You can find me everywhere at Panita. I'm also the channel runner of Critical Misses, which is another TTRPG channel found here on Twitch. And then tonight, you can, well, not find me because I'm not actually producing or in this stream, but there's the finale of Sidequesters, which is just a 3-part little World of Wildevere campaign that's real cute, and you should check it out. It's a short watch. You can catch all the VODs up on our Twitch, and they'll be up on YouTube later, but it'll be just a little short and sweet deal. And then we actually have to take the week off this week from our other streams because there's a lot of folks on our channel that are going to PAX Unplugged. So if you see some of our folks there, not myself, but if you see AJ there, say hi. But yeah, that's it. That's all. That's me for now.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And Tom, what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Hotflakes Tom. Currently, I am occasionally streaming here and there on Twitch at Hotflakes Tom. If you want to check it out, it's more of a kind of like when I'm in the mood kind of thing, so there's no proper schedule. However, you can always find me every Thursday on Follow Black Cats, where we are currently starting and ended a D&D campaign with a TPK last week. The consequences of that shall be apparent this Thursday, apparently. We'll see what happens there, but it was a complete and total disaster, which what we love. Every so often on Mondays, not next Monday, but every so often on Mondays, I'm on Susanna Grace's channel where we do Phasmophobia, or if we don't have the usual crew, we'll go do some Lethal Company or something like that. Yeah, and then apart from that, obviously here on Tuesday on Modiphius for Star Trek Adventures. So yeah, that's everything.
Awesome. Thank you. And Susie.
Hello, I'm Susie. I didn't die. I'm pretty proud of. That's pretty good.
Congrats.
So you didn't break the law today, Sam. You didn't kill me, so I'm good. I'm glad. We don't have to send you to prison. So for killing another one of my characters this week. So as Tom said, on Thursday, I'll be over on Follow Black Cats for our D&D, where I will be coming in as my previous character's brother, Richard Rhodes, dashing paladin of Helm. Call him Richie. I hate him already. He's going to be awful. So come join us on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern for some D&D. I stream on my channel, which is twitch.tv/Susanna Grace. I'm back after being off for a couple of weeks because of my back being bad, but I will be playing again. Tomorrow I'll be streaming something, most likely Lies of P. So if you like sort of Bloodborne-y, Dark Souls-y nonsense with puppets, come and join us for some of that. And this weekend with Black Cats Gaming, we are at Dragon Meet. You won't see me there because I live in Canada, but you will see James and Samantha there on our stand selling stuff with hopefully a little extra something that I released a little while back that might be coming to print. I don't know. We'll see. So come visit us at Dragon Meet. Come say hello.
Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah, as for me, you can find me around the internet at RPG Webby. You can find us, Modiphius, at modiphius.net or modiphius.us if you're US based and you want to grab some of our games. As Susie mentioned, we're absolutely going to Dragonmeet, so I'll see you there if you're going to be there. We're selling a spy game and maybe a little bit of Susie's work as well. Not that it's not in the spy game, but you know what I mean. And yeah, and then we're back on Thursday as well. If I didn't have enough of a week already, we're going to be doing more of Dragon Heist, where we're going to be like, I don't know, scrambling through it somehow. You're all going to wake up in a little jail. It's going to be great fun. Apart from you, Susie, you're probably going to save the day. Or not. All right. Thanks, everybody. This is the bit where I don't raid anybody because I haven't prepped that. But we will see you. We should see you next week for more of this Star Trek Adventures nonsense. There's more streams, though, from Modiphius. On Fridays, we're doing the painting stream where Steve... Callum is our in-house studio painter. He'll be putting Steve through his paces, and Steve will also be there, trying his best. And that's exactly how he would describe it as well. And then on Mondays, we are... hang on a second. Tomorrow is going to be more Dreams and Machines. So we are premiering that game on the channel. So Danny, project manager for it, is taking us through Evera Prime. A little adventure there. And then rolling back round onto Mondays... we will be back with more Fallout Winter of Atom. So if you're into Fallout, you want to see how the RPG works, check that out as well. And if you want to catch up with any of these episodes, or if you are watching on there, hello to Modiphius Live, which is our new YouTube channel that is dedicated to all of these actual plays and storing all of the VODs and stuff like that. We've got a playlist, Fallout has, and all of the others as well. So yeah, if you want to check out that, then head on over to Modiphius Live. Please give us a subscribe as well and hit that bell and do the things that the influencers say. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week for more Star Trek stuff. Until then, live long and prosper. Farewell, friends.